I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes about the Civil 3D user interface. There's some things that I want to point out to you that we'll use more frequently throughout this class than others. You can tell by looking, there's a great deal of features and capabilities built into the Civil 3D software, and we're going to kind of scratch the surface of those features and capabilities just a little bit. So there's a great deal that is going to be above the scope of this civil drafting class. But the first thing I want to point out is this home ribbon. So from the home ribbon is where you're going to do the bulk of your work. So in the home ribbon we have the draw tools that you're used to seeing in AutoCAD. There's a few new ones that maybe you haven't used in AutoCAD. Best fit lines, or some different curve tools here that might be new that you haven't seen. They work very similar to the other tools in AutoCAD, which means that you can follow the command prompt and follow the prompts to help you solve how to use those tools. Also on the modified panel we have the same move, copy, rotate, stretch, scale, mirror. Those type tools work exactly the same way as they have in AutoCAD all along. So there's nothing really new going on there. They're the same icons, the same functions, and work the same way. Same way with the layers. We have our layers that we can build, and we have the layer property manager that we would use to create new layers and to adjust the settings of our layers. So one of the first exercises that you're going to work on in this class is to create some layers and some layer groups. So you're going to use this layer properties manager to create those layers. So just notice the tools that are here. This is the new layer tool, so you'd use that to create the new layers. If you want to make new groups, we're going to create new groups. So those are types of things that you'll do in an exercise a little later on using this layer property manager. Some other tools that I want to point out on this home ribbon are the points tools. So different ways that we can create points. You'll use a number of these different tools to create points, and later on we'll create alignments and profiles and some of these other advanced features. One of the other things that we need to know about this home ribbon is that you can turn your tool space on and off with that. So the tool space is a very important feature that you're going to want to leave on most of the time in Civil 3D. So the tool space toggles on or off by using the tool space icon on the home ribbon. Another ribbon that's used frequently is going to be the annotate ribbon. You're going to use annotate ribbon to add labels to lines and curves. You're going to add line tables or curve tables. You might add text or dimensions, leaders or regular tables, and these are all controlled by the text styles or dimension styles or leader styles or table styles. The word style simply changes the format or controls the format of what it is you're looking at. So AutoCAD uses the word style for format, so think of those two the same. Now turning our attention back to the tool space, which is this palette over here on the left, there's some tabs that are real important to that we're going to spend some time in. The Prospector tab, we'll use that, and the Settings tab, we'll use those two tabs. We're really not going to use the Toolbox or the Survey tab to much degree here, so you might even want to turn those off with the tool space tools here. We can toggle those on and off. But you will want to use the Prospector and the Settings tabs. The Prospector tab is used to help show you what's actually in the drawing. If we were to have some points in the drawing, we would see the points listed here under the points. If we had point groups, we would see the different groups. Same way with surfaces or any of those other features, we would see those here. This is a blank drawing. It has no points, it has no point groups, it has no point clouds, it has no surfaces, so that's why we're not seeing anything under this Prospector tab. If I go to the Settings tab, we can see the different types of features and components and elements that we can create with Civil 3D, and the Settings tab controls how those components are created and how they come into the drawing, such as default layers, default styles. If we look at points, there's a couple of things. There's the point style, which controls what the actual marker of the point looks like. And then there's a label style that controls what information is displayed about the point. So these are some of the basic fundamental things that you will want to know about the Civil 3D user interface. I hope this helps get you a little bit familiar with the application. And as always, if you have any questions, please send me an email. Thank you.